In this lecture, we will learn about variables. Variables in Python are name of memory block where we store our data. So let's say we have a program. Let's say this box represent a program to add two number, or it may be some other program, and we have to store any data in this program. Let's say we want to store 5, which is necessary for running this program. This data 5 is stored in the memory block of our computer. So let's say this is a memory block of our computer. We store 5 in memory block of the computer, and we give this memory block a name. This name is called variable. So in Python we can name a variable like a assign 5. This means that we have made a memory block in our computer program which has name a, and it has data 5 stored in it. Similarly, let's say we have memory block b assigned 10. This means we have a memory block whose name is b and it has value 10. Let's say we have a memory block whose name is c and we have stored a value hello. Then this line will create a memory block in our computer which will store value hello, and it will have name c. Now let's make some variables in program and see how it works. Here a, b and c are variables, and it contains data 5, 10 and hello respectively. So let's write a program. So if we want to make a variable in Python, we will give it a name of our choice. Let's say I give it a name a, and we store data in it. Let's say I'm storing 8. Now let's print a. Now let's run this program. Here we get our data 8. Similarly, let's type b assign hello. Now let's print b. Now run it. Hello get printed. So we see how we can make a variable in Python. To make a variable in Python, we will just write a variable name of our choice. Let's say I am making third variable c, and I am giving it a name c, and then we will give equal sign, and then we will write data that we want to assign it to. Let's say I'm giving it data 0. So variable c will contain data 0. Now print c. Now let's run it. So 0 get printed. Now we understand how we can make variables in Python. We can also do some operation using this variable. let's comment this first and see. I am changing the value of C from 0 to 5, and now let's say I want to do some operation. We let's say I want to do addition. We will write print A plus C, and now let's run it. Let's comment this line and also this line, and let's run now. We get 13 as our result. We can also do print A minus C. Now let's run it. We get 3, which is 8 minus 5 is 3. Now let's do some multiplication. 8 A multiply C, and now let's print it. We get 40, which is 8 multiply 5 is 40. We can also write, we can make another variable, let's say D, and we can assign its value to A plus B. Here A and B will get added, means 8 and 5 will get added, and it will get stored in variable D. Let's, in the similar way, let's make E variable A minus B, and F assign A multiply B. And now let's print, instead of A plus C, let's print D. Instead of A minus C, print E. Instead of A multiply C, print F. Let's print it. So we have made some error. Oh, we have A plus C here. A minus C and A multiply C. Now let's run it. We get 13, 3 and 40 as our result, which is same as previous one. So we can also do it like this. We can also assign value to same variable again and again. For example, let's remove it, and now here we have written D assign A plus C. Let's print first D here. Now instead of making variable E, assign A minus C to D and print D again. Instead of assigning A multiply C into F, assign it into D, and now print D. Let's see, we get the same result. Here first A plus C get computed and get stored in D, and D got printed. And after running this line, A minus C get computed and it get stored in D. So value of D got changed, and it get the value 3, which is A minus C, and D, which is now 3, get printed. Similarly, we changed value of D in this line to A multiply C, which is 40, and 40 get printed. Now let's comment all this code. And now let's see another thing. Let's see, I have made variable A and assigned 6 to it. So we have assigned an integer variable to A. Now in next line, if we want, we can also change the value of A, and we can assign value of another data type as well. Let's say I am writing hello. This is valid in Python. So let's print A here, and again print a here. Now let's print, we get 6 when first print run, and when the second print run we get hello. So we can assign value of another data type to a. Similarly we can change, now assign value 4.5 which is of string data type, print a, 4.5 get printed. This is how we can make variables in Python. Now there are few rules for making variable in Python. Let's see it one by one. So variable naming convention. This means this is a rule. These are the rule for making variables. So first rule says the variable should either begin with uppercase capital A to Z or lowercase small a to Z character or an underscore. So understand what is it. So if we want to, let's comment this. Let's say I am making a variable and I want to store a value in it. So the first rule says that we can name a variable and the variable name should either begin with uppercase or lowercase character or an underscore. This means either we can make variable that starts with uppercase or lowercase or underscore. So we can assign a let's give it a valid name. So let's say I want to name a variable NAME or val, assign 4. So here val is the variable name and we have assigned 4 value to it. So either this variable name is will assigned with a small case letter which is small v, or this we can start the variable name with capital case letter which is capital V, or we can start it with underscore. If we will, now let's print it first, and here 4 get printed. If we will name a variable starting with some number, let's say I want to give a number 345 val 4, it will generate an error, and we can see here a red underline which indicate that it is will show an error here. This will shows an error. And now, so the first rule says that variable name should either begin with uppercase or lowercase or an underscore. So second rule says that one should always remember to use meaningful name for variable in Python. So if we will give a meaningful name for variable in Python, it will be easier for us to write program, and it will easier for other programmer to understand what we have written. So let's say I am writing a program and I want to store a name of a person in that program. So I will give a variable name NAME, so that when we will check our program, we'll see our program after let's say 1 year or 2 years, we will understand what we have written. Otherwise, if we will give name like a assign Jack, we may get confused when we'll see our program after 1 year. So name assign Jack is a meaningful name. In the same way, if we want to store which company he is working, we will write company assign Apple. If we will write C assign Apple, we may get confused if we'll see our program or if other program must see our program. So these are meaningful name, and we should always give meaningful name in our program. If a variable has multiple word, it is advised to separate them with underscore. So if a variable has consist of 2 or more name, we should join them with underscore. That what it is saying. If a variable has multiple word, it advises them to separate them with an underscore. So let's say I want to store age of Jack, and I want to name that variable as age of Jack. Age of Jack is consist of 3 words, so we will join them with underscore age of Jack, and we will assign value to it. Let's say I'm assigning 34. Now print age of Jack. So in this way, if we have variable name with multiple word, we will join them those multiple word with underscore. The third is that one should ensure that a variable name should not be similar to keyword of programming language. This means that keyword, first understand what is keyword. Keyword are reserved word in Python that cannot be used for naming a variable. So yesterday we learned about true, false. So true is a keyword in Python, and we cannot name a variable true. If we will assign true assign 5, it will show an error. Print true, it will show an error. So cannot assign to true. Similarly, we have false as keyword. It shows an error. Similarly, we have in as keyword. It shows an error. We cannot name a variable a keyword. We cannot name our variable as a keyword should not be used to name our variable. So if we will do that, it will show an error. We will learn more about keywords, and we will get to know about more keywords in upcoming lectures. Now another point is that one should remember that even variable names are case sensitive. So variable A assign 5 and capital A assign 5. These small a and capital A are treated as different variable. These are not the same variable. So that's what this point is saying. One should also remember that even variable names are case sensitive. A variable's name should not begin with a digit or contain any white space or a special character such as hash. That we learned that a variable name should always start with uppercase, lowercase, and underscore. If we will give a digit, if a variable name will start with digit or any white space or a special character, it will show an error. So if we will make a variable like, let's remove it. If we will start our variable name with a special character at the rate a, it will show an error. Let's run it. That's what it is saying.